All right, ladies and gentlemen. So last week we had Saturday and Sunday, good 8 hours of long session of marriage workshop. And I hope many of you have enjoyed that, learned so many things from that workshop. And it was extremely exhausting for both me and for you people as well. And I see that, you know, it is the first workshop of my life where the WhatsApp has not stopped, speaking. It's beeping, ping, 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 ping. And it's been 3 days that I don't know if someone has not seen uh, his or her work, WhatsApp, then he could tell me probably how many thousand messages have been circulated in that group. Lot of hard work. I mean, there were so many yogas that we discussed. Many of you could relate it, and then also, uh, and yes, the playback limit exhausted of the Google Drive. Even that has happened. I don't know how many times that was played, the video, that the playback video limit is exhausted. I think it's like, I mean, 500 or 5,000 clicks. I have no idea. But even that has got exhausted. So it's like huge. It's not a small thing. But it is good. It is very good. It is fantastic that you people are trying to learn. The Josh is very high, right? And it should be there. I don't know, somebody today messaged me, some of my students, and I've already done a podcast on this, but that podcast is like, a tip of the iceberg. But what I'm going to do here, just, yeah, do here is that in the month of August, I will be doing, uh, a workshop on stocks, right? Then we'll make a group on stocks and trades. And first, we will rule out that how many of you are eligible to put money in the stocks by the yogas. And if you are eligible, then we'll do stocks. Okay. So we'll do long term, short term, intraday, SIPs, crypto, right? And we'll make a group of that, right? We'll do small investments and monitor how we gain and lose money. So that's what I'm thinking of, right? And but then that will be in August, September, because I have already researched on it, but then I need a lot of time to make a PPT of 100, slides, which we made this time also. A lot of concepts from here and there. Today's topic, since all the classes are combined, Nakshatra 6, Nakshatra 7, and Nakshatra 8, it will be a very interesting and very general topic. However, this topic is not there on the internet. This topic is not there in any of the nakshatra classes. It's an absolutely new research, and you people will relate to this topic 100%. And now I'm going to teach you a formula today. It's a very important formula. Consider this to be one class that will help you to understand a person and to predict many things. uh, Now whenever you get a consultation, when I get some intelligent consultations, right, there is always one question that I've always seen, and that question is, Navneet sir, what are my strengths and weaknesses? And obviously, strengths are seen from the Janma Nakshatra. Okay. So if you have Janma Nakshatra as your Jeshta, right, then you have Indra qualities in you. Okay. You are possessive, you are You're a born leader, you like singing, music, dance, kala, right? So many other things. You are so possessive about everything which is there in your life, be it family, job, anything. On the same time, you're born in Chitra, Nakshatra, or Hasta. You people work with hands. You are magical, creative people. So that these things tell you about your strength. And however, there are also weaknesses related to nakshatras. But over the period of time, I realized one thing, and that realization was that there must be a way to understand the exact weakness of a person, right? That, hey, this is my weakness and this is where I should work. It is a direct message from the God that, hey, Navneet, this is your weakness. This is because you were born, and you have to overcome this weakness, right? And when we discussed this topic first time, when I was learning nakshatras, and then we all obviously we have a group where we have all the peers, all my friend astrologers, so we keep discussing certain things. And when I introduced this topic, my this research, they all were very much fascinated that how come you can go to that deep and everyone could relate. And even after this class also, you all will be able to relate to your exact weaknesses because of which you have taken the birth. Now these weaknesses may be your shadripus, all right? Possibility, because shadripus are always weaknesses only. Yet calm, krodh, lobh, moh, they're all our weaknesses. But these weaknesses are also beyond the shadripus. And also I will be teaching you the remedy to come out of the situation. I'm going to make this a little interactive session, and then I'll come to that formula, and I'm going to allow you people to unmute yourself while you can give your views to me. Now, before I tell you the exact principle that how do you find somebody's real weaknesses, I want to understand your views. A very simple question. If Jupiter is a planet which is responsible for your weakness, I'm just giving you an example so that I can take your input and then I'll reach to that particular formula. So suppose if Jupiter is a planet which is causing or which is giving you so many weaknesses, right? What could those weaknesses be? So if I reiterate this question, I can say, what kind of weaknesses Jupiter can give? Who would like to answer? You can type, you can unmute and tell me, right? Just think before you speak. Just don't speak for the sake of speaking, right? What kind of weaknesses Jupiter can give? Okay,
Guruji,
fantastic, answer from Divasiri. Food. Yes, who was saying, Saji?
I was going to say lack of wisdom. You may be very intelligent, but you will lack wisdom to apply that intelligence when the time comes. You will be
Hey, listen, Jupiter is intelligent. Jupiter has wisdom. Jupiter has knowledge, right? So, I mean, what I'm trying to ask you is that if you look at a guru, there must be some good qualities of a guru, then there must be some weaknesses of a guru, right? So, think carefully what can be weaknesses of a guru. Like the first message came from Dr. Divasiri was foodie. Gurus, Pandits, Brahmin are foodie. There's no doubt about it. They want to eat whatever they can, and you can give them pre-breakfast, breakfast, post-breakfast, pre-lunch, lunch, post-lunch, then evening snack, and then pre-dinner, dinner, and post-dinner. So they can have almost 9 to 10 meals. I've seen such Brahmins, right? Especially if you go to Vrindavan, Kashi, they'll eat a lot. They're not yogis, right? So yogis are very different. So food is one thing that is very, very important and a weakness for a Brahmin. What else can be a weakness? And these weaknesses are weakness that, these Jupiter people will not agree to, right? That's also a problem. They will not be convinced, right? So Nital said ego, 100%. There is a non-visible ego. Let me use the word non-visible ego. It's not visible, but there is a non-visible ego with Jupiter. There are no financial struggles. Who's joined with excellence? Excellence? किसके नाम पे? I don't know who's
Guruji,
excellence.
it's me, Priyam.
Sorry?
Priyam.
Oh, hi, Prem. Okay. So, greed is the answer. It is correct. Right? Decision making is there. Happiness sensibility is also there. Right? Is a Jupiter. Right? So, favorism, expecting things, ethical, perfect, always. Favorism is there, 100%. Right? And lack of opportunity, no, 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 no. Hypocrisy, greed can be there. Of course, it can be there. Right? So, this is pride can be there. Right? Uh, Know it all syndrome. Okay. Good one. Right? So, Shruti was raising a hand. Shruti Ratan Shukla. Shruti, you want to say something? Is there? Is there? Is gone.
जी
Yeah,
गुरुजी।
yeah, Shruti ji. What do you think? What can be weaknesses given by Jupiter?
अ, गुरुजी जैसे अभी उन्होंने बताया कि दैट फूडी होते हैं, बट आई थिंक गुरुजी की ये तो एक प्रॉपर्टी हो गई कुछ पंडित या किसी पुजारी की कि उनको खाना ज्यादा चाहिए
Not
या
a property, it's like a weakness only. It's not a
ओके।
property. This is coming from the weakness.
मैं
Like,
एक्चुअली आई वाज एक्चुअली रिलेटिंग टू दैट गुरुजी की if ये प्लैनेट इज एग्जॉल्टेड, जुपिटर इज एग्जॉल्टेड, तो वो कैसा होगा, और डेबली है तो कैसा होगा, बिकॉज इट इज वीक। इफ यू सी डेबली
heavily and
जुपिटर देन
exalted में ethics और unethical का ही फर्क है.
जी जी गुरुजी जी, मतलब अनएथिकल होगा गुरुजी, विजडम नहीं होगा, एक्सपेंशन के बारे में नहीं सोचेगा, ये उसकी वीकनेस होगी।
बबीता, लेजीनेस तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं होती जुपिटर के अंदर. एंड हेल्थ इश्यूज तो आपने बोला, नॉट एक्सेप्टिंग मिस्टेक्स कैन बी अ प्रॉब्लम. यस, यू सी, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, now we can superimpose this thing to this formula. And how many of you are born in a nakshatra which is associated with Jupiter? So, what all nakshatras are associated with Jupiter? The first one, Punarvasu, is a nakshatra, right? And then we have Vishakha, okay, and then we have Purva, Bhadrapada. So, how many of you are born with these nakshatras? Purva, Bhadrapada, right? Now, since you are associated with Rudra Vedic Academy and you've done your sadhanas, right? You have overcome many weaknesses of your life. Please rewind yourself to 15, 20 years, from now. Don't think what you are thinking right now because you have done Panchakshari sadhana. Almost from last 1 year, you are doing Panchadevata puja every day in the morning. It's like a ritual. Right? Gaurav Sharma says 100% relatable, Guruji. You know what? The formula is the biggest weakness is not Lagna or Lagnesh or the fifth lord or the sixth lord or the ninth lord. It is the planet which is associated with your Janma Nakshatra gives you the highest level of weakness. The Graha, let me repeat this. The Graha,
Last year.
So the Graha, which is associated, you see, a planet cannot be lord of any nakshatra. You can't say that Jupiter is lord of Punarvasu because nakshatras are here, planets are at the lower level. So a lower person cannot be boss of the upper level, right? So a planet is always associated with the Janma nakshatra, right? So technically, nakshatra holds your karma, okay? And planet hold in that, the planet which is associated with that nakshatra holds your weaknesses. So when you meet someone and he's 15, 20, 25 years of age, 100%, right? No drishti, nothing talking. What I'm talking here is a planet which is associated with your Janma Nakshatra. For an example, I am born in Anuradha, and the planet associated with Anuradha is Saturn, right? So we can talk about, you know, weaknesses of Saturn, right? To understand a nature of a person, right? And it is also seen that when you run a particular Mahadasha, so the planet of which you are running the Mahadasha, that will be in a particular nakshatra, right? And there will be a planet associated with that nakshatra. Those weaknesses are also seen for temporary time in that particular Mahadasha. But the thing is, the highest level of weaknesses are going to come from the Janma Nakshatra, which are going to stay with you forever, from your first breath to the last breath, irrespective of your dasha. The only way to get out of these weaknesses is sadhana. Okay? You do certain sadhana, you do Panchadevata puja, you meet a guru, you meet a teacher. But I am sure that people who are born, you see, Jupiterian nakshatras hold a very good reputation. It's not a bad reputation nakshatras. We have, Punarvasu is Shri Ramji's nakshatra, right? But he was Vishnu, right? So we can't compare Shri Ram with the weaknesses, not at all. But on the same time, right, when we call in Kali Yuga as a human, people born with Jupiterian, nakshatras and the beginning of their life as a child, as a teenager, in your 20s, talk to yourself. Did you had some greed? वो लालच था मन में, right? Beat any लालच, राइट? चाहे वो नौकरी में प्रमोशन लेने का जबरदस्त लालच हो, एंड फूडी ऑल्सो, राइट? एंड नॉट एबल टू एक्सेप्ट दैट यू आर रॉन्ग, राइट? बिकॉज गुरु takes it on a very, very hidden ego, right? So that's the problem with the Jupiter, right? That is why somebody was writing, Guruji, why it is Maran Karan Sthana in the third, I still have many, many such drawbacks. Vishal, it is very brave to admit that yes, I have this weakness. I have this weakness, and I will have to overcome this weakness in my life, right? So that is where, and then you know what? Why Jupiter is in the Maranakarak Sthana in the third house is that you just want to fight with the tongue. You don't want to fight physically. Fighting is always good as a yodha, like a Mangal. You want to, take your sword and fight. Brahmin will always fight, you know, with the tongue. गाली गलौज करने लग जाना, हमने हमें नहीं दिया, हमें नहीं चाहिए, हम जा रहे हैं, हम जा रहे हैं, हम जा रहे हैं, that kind of a thing. And that greediness will also come, with Jupiterian nakshatras. Why that greediness will come? It is a curse coming from माँ सीता, कि उनका पेट कभी नहीं भरेगा. You know that story, everyone, when माँ सीता went to do the last rituals of his father, her father-in-law, right? तो वहां पर एक गाय ने और एक ब्राह्मण ने जो है वो चीट किया, उन्हें हमने कर दिया इनका श्राद्ध, यू नो तो अभी किसी की जरूरत नहीं है दशरथ का. बट देन इट वाज नॉट डन. देन श्री राम केम एंड डिड द श्राद्ध. तो वहां पे माँ सीता ने श्राप दिया था कि इन कलयुगा एक तो गाय सड़क पे घूमेगी और कचरा खाएगी। इन कलयुगा यू सी काउज ऑन द रोड साइड एंड ईटिंग लेफ्ट ओवर्स, right? It is the shrap of Ma Sita. And the second thing which was problematic was that, you know, the Brahmins, इनका पेट कभी नहीं भरेगा, right? जितना मर्जी दे दो आप ब्राह्मण को, 2000, 2100, 500, 5000 दे दो, yeah, monkey Brahmins and cows. So they will always be hungry, right? So this is like a curse which is come, right? So technically, people who are born in Jupiterian nakshatras, if they want to really want to live a very good life, the first thing is stop eating food more than twice a day. दो बार खाना खाओ, morning and in the evening, not in the afternoon, or morning and afternoon, not in the evening. Forget about the food, right? Immediately you will get blessings of Shri Ram, right? That's something which is very, very important. So eating less, and thinking more on money, thinking more on ego, thinking more on not like to be corrected. You need to leave these things in your life, right? Very, very important. On the same time, how many of you are born in Saturn nakshatras like Pushya, Anuradha, and Uttar Bhadrapada, right? So, you know, uh, what kind of weaknesses Saturn has? Let me see who can reply this. Strict, stubborn is a nature. Okay. Yes, Surish, go ahead. What do you want to say? Sorry.
Hello, Hare Krishna Guruji. I just wanted to say I have Saturn German Nakshatra. That's
Okay.
it.
So obviously lethargy is there, lazy is there, okay, irritable.
Guruji,
So,
not letting go of things, I think, is that
yeah,
it is related to you may be having a sharp memory, but you remember, like, I don't know, like when you were
yeah,
born
that's the
thing, and
point.
yeah, it's
That's the point. Fault finders in the cold behavior, give pain to the others. You know, the biggest weakness that I have seen when I was analyzing charts is they get satisfied very easily. I'll tell you how. Suppose you earn 500 rupees every day. Imagine. But today you have earned 5,000. Now you will feel free, for next 10 days. You understand? When you get gains, you are not hungry about it anymore. इधर ठीक है 5,000 कमाया, हम इसको 50,000 भी कमा सकते हैं, 2 लाख भी कमा सकते हैं. You got your day, right? आज बहुत बन गए. See, look at a labor class. What will labor class do?